Joanna.
Hi, Bryony. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good, thank
Tell
you.
me, where are you?
I'm at home. My parents have taken my children out to get some chocolate,
Fantastic.
and I've
I
got
just
some food.
I just accidentally opened up my Nectar app, which is like really professional.
Nice.
That's the level of like live that I'm coming to now. So I was just starting to explain why we're doing this live. So I'm going to sort of start rambling, and then I will bring you in, Joanna.
Okay.
But I don't know if anyone is aware, but about 8 years ago, I set up a not-for-profit organization called Mental Health Mates. And that was born out of like a desperation to meet other people like me who have mental health issues. So I don't know if I've told you like the full story, but I was out running on my local common, and I was listening to this podcast about this writer called Carson McCullers, and she wrote beautifully about loneliness, and very sadly died in her 50s of alcoholism. But there was this archive audio footage of her, and she said sometimes it feels like everyone is part of a we except for me. And it really like landed, because I was in a terrible place, Joanna, and I looked around at the common, and there were like all these people like moving together, exercising together, like, you know, the really weird people doing military fitness. Yeah. Like we know that, right? Apologies if anyone does that. I mean, I do something similar now anyway. But I was like, why, if we know that 1 in 4 people, because we hear that all the time, don't we? 1 in 4 people will experience a mental health issue. And we know that movement is really powerful. Like getting outside is really powerful. It's not a cure, obviously, but it is really powerful. Why is there nothing for people like us? So I kind of ran home and I said to my husband, I want to start this thing called Mental Health Mates, and it'll be like a walks. And he said, but Bryony, what if a load of nutters turn up? And I was like, that's the point,
That's the
Harry.
whole point. Yeah.
No. Anyway, so I put this thing on Twitter at the time. I was still on it, and I said I'll be at this point on this day at this cafe. Come along, and we'll call it Mental Health Mates. And 20 people showed up. And cut a long story short, Mental Health Mates is now in 150 towns and cities across the UK. It's incredible. I mean, like, I've got nothing to do with it really now. I just turn up and do things like this. But what I mean is, it's all down to the incredible volunteers and the walk leaders who create their own walks. Anyway, so Joanna very kindly got in touch and asked, well, Johnny, you tell us. You tell me how we have come to know each other.
So, unfortunately, last year my best friend took her own life last November, which was just really awfully tragic, and it was due obviously to a few mental health issues. And
what was her name, Joanna?
Her name was Louise. And then Louise Munger, yeah, and she was the shining light of life that everyone.
Can we talk a bit about Louise? Because I feel like when we talk about people who have died by suicide, there's this sort of like heaviness, and obviously because it's tragic and it's awful, and you know, but like Louise was your best friend, like,
my best friend.
like Louise is lots of things. So tell us about Louise.
So I knew, I grew up with her since I was 3 years old, and she was the light basically of every single room. She just brought sunshine to everybody. Everyone that knew her and met her, she was just an incredible, amazing person. Unfortunately, she went through a bit of a tough time. She got a divorce. She went down a bit of a path, a kind of soul searching path, and obviously kind of the guilt and everything surrounding this kind of way of someone passing is horrifying. And I think basically a month before she died, Louise gave me a crystal, which is this little crystal here. It's a rose quartz crystal.
Let's hold it up. Let's see it properly.
And basically she gave this to me because I was going through a hard time, and she said to me that it was going to protect you, and she kept saying to me, keep it close to your heart because it's going to protect you. And unfortunately, it's just, as she had so much empathy I guess she couldn't help herself, unfortunately, and it's just it's it's unbelievably sad, but a realization that with Oxygen Boutique, I have a bit of a platform, obviously, with a big customer base, and I thought I needed to do something, even if we saved one person's life, or helped somebody of how they felt, made them feel like they weren't alone. I've basically decided to create these crystals, which I got in touch from my lovely PR, Becky Knowles, who put me in touch with you. And I think the synergies of kind of what I was thinking in my head to mental health mates, I think is kind of the same kind of idea. And we've called it the gift of kindness, to gift kind of these moments of kindness that can actually change someone's life. Yeah. Like these little moments and these little gifts and little thought processes with someone, I don't know, like when you're thinking about somebody else, if they don't feel alone, it can genuinely change the course of their life. Obviously, my guilt with Louise is that the idea of her feeling like she was alone, and it just is, I don't know.
But I also think it's like really important to say, like, I think there is a lot of, I do a lot of work highlighting suicide, suicide prevention, and I think there is a real onus on like these are the things we can do to prevent suicide, and I think that's really important. But I think it also really I can imagine that if you are the loved one of someone who has died by suicide, it's incredibly hard to kind of read all that stuff, because it's like, it's that guilt. Like, I could have, if I'd known this, I could have said something. And I think there's a real important kind of like, it's very important to also accept that, just as I think it was Matt Haig, I don't know if you follow him, he's an amazing writer. And he said once, I remember, that just as death is natural for lots of physical, it's unfortunately the culmination of lots of physical illnesses. We need to get to a place where we also accept that it is for some mental illnesses, and I know that sounds really dark, but I think it's a really important thing to remember. So I think also it's like, if someone you love has taken their own life, it's really important to remember that there is nothing, it's not, also it's I'm not articulating myself very well, because it's such a deep subject, and I'm very aware of saying the wrong thing. But so you wanted to create these crystals to sell in memory of Louise, and some of the money
will be donated to mental health mates. Yes,
which is just amazing. Now, I had my look. You can tell I'm such a professional. Here, I've got them here. I'm trying to hold my phone up while also like getting the. Now, I love these. So these crystals were made by this incredible woman called Emma Lucy Knowles, who she's just like got such good energy, hasn't she?
Yes, absolutely. And she's charged them. She's charged all these crystals.
That's so cute. So she told me to keep crystals in your bra. I don't think I could keep these in my bra. I mean, I've got quite a big bust. Sorry, I'm going to use this excuse to lie down. I'm going to get comfortable and put the crystals in my bra. Oh, what a soothing feeling.
So there's one rose quartz crystal and there's one clear quartz crystal in every pouch.
This is the rose quartz one.
Yeah, and so that's love and healing, and then the clear quartz is about clarity and protection.
I'm just getting that out of my bra. Hang on. I've just been charging it up next to my chest.
So to have these crystals, you can put them in your pocket, you can carry them around with you, and it's just for protection. And obviously, if you know someone that's going through something tough, it's quite a nice gift to send to somebody, and just to keep them, just so someone knows that they're in someone else's head, so they don't feel alone. And I guess that was kind of the idea behind this, basically. And then I just thought the Mental Health Mate Synergy was just such a great match, because it's kind of the same ideas behind it, and just to bring people together and just make sure, you know, people are okay, and to keep checking in on people, and yeah, because life is just getting harder a lot. So
yeah, well, I think that thing of checking in, and also I love that idea of like carrying something, where, you know, so when you're feeling stressed, you know, buying this for someone, and then that thing of like, if someone I can give this, and I can, like, I think of like, when I think of this, I think of Emma Lucy, who's so kind, who's been so kind to me in the last year. And it makes me, it's like, oh, there are people out there that are supportive and do want the best for us.
absolutely.
So tell me, how much do these?
So both of them together are £30, and they're online at oxygenboutique.com at the moment, and we will be donating profits to Mental Health Mates.
Okay, so I'm going to put Oxygen Boutique in the how can we buy, says Sarah Jane Birch. So first of all, I'm going to link to your Instagram, which is Oxygen Boutique. Is that it?
Yeah, at Oxygen Boutique. Yeah.
Okay, this is such a professional outfit. There are people out there, I think, who are really like professional content people, and I have to tell you, I'm not one of them. Which is why I, you know, and long may that continue. I was like, before, I just want everyone like watching this, I was like, oh, I'm gonna, like, what's the link so I can like put it in the thing. And I was sitting here, I got it's £30, Fritzy Loza. I was sitting here trying to work out how to put a live link, and just thought, do you know what, it's now, it's I'm gonna be late, and it's just hopeless, frankly. But I wanted to say to you from Mental Health Mates, we are so grateful, because Mental Health Mates is such a small organization. Like, it's a huge organization in that we have hundreds of walk leaders and thousands of people who come on the walks, but it is, you know, it's not for profit, so we keep everything free, you know. That's really important to us, because obviously a lot of mental health care is so difficult to access in this country. And but we are a team of like two, basically, so there's lovely Jess, who basically supports the walk leaders, and so it's really, you know, hard as a not-for-profit to kind of like keep going. And so that's partly why I'm doing this crazy challenge in April, where I'm going to run the Brighton Marathon. And then I'm going to run from Brighton to London over 2 weeks. And then when I get to London, am I going to put my feet up?
No.
I'm going to do the London Marathon. And that is just that's to show that the power of mental health, of movement for your mental health, because so transformative, that first walk for me. And I'm saying, like, it starts with a walk. It starts with putting one foot in front of the other. It started with that walk in Hyde Park on February the 14th, 2016. And, you know, 8 years on, here we are. You know, I want to show that I'm doing these crazy marathons anyway to raise money for mental health. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a gift of kindness on so many levels. So if you were to, you know, not only is it a gift of kindness to a friend if you're buying them, or to yourself, actually. Like, we don't buy gifts for ourselves enough, do we?
Self-love. Yeah, exactly.
Like, when was the last time you bought yourself a gift?
I mean, I've got no idea.
I want to know in the comments. Look, I sound like a professional Instagrammer now. I want to know in the comments. I can't remember the last time. I can't remember the last time I bought myself a gift.
No.
But so it's a gift of kindness to yourself or to a friend, but it's also a gift of kindness to all the people who, all the walk leaders up and down the country. I think a couple of them are watching right now. So
lovely.
It's amazing Claire in Beverly, who, like, Joanna, honestly, this woman Claire is like such a legend. She set one up, in Beverley, and I think she gets like 70 people show up to each walk, and she does them in like, she does them for like the local prison. I'm like,
wow,
just incredible.
yeah, that's incredible. Wow.
Every one of our walk leaders is incredible. Oh, and Joe here, look, Joe is waving, and Joe, I think, does, where, Joe, tell us which walk you take. I want to say Milton Keynes, but that's not right. I don't think that's right. Anyway, so yeah, Maidstone. It began with an M.
We're nearly there.
Joanna, Louise.
Yes.
Louise, yes?
Louise, her name was.
Yeah. No, I just thought, oh, have I got the name wrong?
Yeah.
So I think Louise would be, I mean, I saw someone commented about how she'll be watching right now and like laughing with joy, and
you know, laughing her head off. Yeah.
Will she? That was what she was like.
Her laugh was like the best laugh you would ever hear in your life.
Yeah. Bless.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that there's something really beautiful in the fact that you've taken something so dark and so painful and like and created something so beautiful, you know, like these are about Louise, you know, and these are about like, you know, acknowledging as well how painful life can be.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And how I think the other thing is that the thing that all mental health issues have in common, and I've said this so many times, but I think it's so important to kind of to repeat it, is that the thing all mental health issues have in common, from anxiety through to you know, depression through to psychosis, eating disorders and beyond, is that they work by isolating you.
Yes.
And by telling you that you're a freak, by telling you that you're alone, by telling you that no one is going to understand what you're going through. And it's just not true. Not only is someone going what you're going through, not only has someone gone what you've gone through, but there's probably someone going through what you're going through right now.
Absolutely. And I think you forget that you are surrounded by people when you're going through something like that. And people do feel alone when they're in dark times. So it's just always worth we have to relook at our surroundings and know that we're loved and there are people around us always. So yeah. And how your crystal to your heart,
well, they are, honestly. Joanna, I'm really grateful for you coming on and talking to us tonight and letting us know about these crystals, and also for talking to us about Louise, because it's really hard. And I just want to say that there's like I want to put my phone down and give you a round of applause. Hang on, I'm gonna do it for your honesty, because it's really, oh God, I don't know why I didn't do this at the beginning of the phone down. Oh, we can do another hour now. It's really hard to come on something like this, and it's just really hard to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, so hard to talk about it. Yeah,
like in private, you know, let alone in public. And
there's so many emotions involved in something like that.
And every time, and Oxygen Boutique's just so many emotions. So I just think you should be, I hope you're really proud of yourself tonight.
Friday.
I know Louise would. If anyone missed the start, someone just said they missed the start, you can watch back. I'll save it to it'll all get saved to my grid, and we'll so yeah, I just want to thank you on so many levels. Thank you for telling us about Louise.
Thanks for coming on this live as well.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for talking to us about Louise. Thank you for what you've done for these. Look, I'm feeling very I want to start these are okay. So we've got rose quartz
and a clear quartz.
Okay, and £30 for these little babies.
Yeah.
Charged by Emma Lucy Knowles, and the money you can get them at Oxygen Boutique, and the profit, some of the proceeds will go to Mental Health Mates, which is at Mental Health Mates. I'm gonna, and then at Oxygen Boutique.
Brilliant. Thank you, Bryony.
Thank you, Joanna, and thank you
you.
to everyone who's watched. And please stay safe. And I wanted to say, if you are feeling, if you have like been affected by anything, please go and check out the work of Mental Health Mates. But also, there's obviously Samaritans, Shout, which is at Give Us a Shout. And I think it's just at Samaritans, and there's all sorts of information there on how you can access 24/7 crisis support. Right.
Perfect. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna,
Okay,
and everyone. Oh, and Calm Zone are also amazing. Thank you so much. I'm sending big love to everyone tonight, and hopefully, and thank you for your gift of kindness, Joanna. It means a hell of a lot.
Thanks, Friday. Okay. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.